Hey, it's Emerald Stars, and welcome back to another episode of Harvest Block. Alright, let's get to it and have some fun! I've reached the point where I've discovered that I really need Ghast tears, and so I came to my least favorite place in the entire universe, the Nether, to get that sorted out. And my portal is way over there. I just kind of built out until I could see on the mini map over there that mobs had stopped spawning so that I could come over here and build this Ghast spawning platform. And it's incredibly inefficient. And, well, I mean, I already have these two chunks, Ghast chunks here, but I'm sure there are much better ways to get this done with soul vials or whatever, but I'm not to that point in my playthrough, so I built this janky little platform here in the Nether. And so the idea behind it, I made this little thing here, and these are all non-spawnable blocks. These are all bottom slabs, and I put this here so that there are two bottom slabs. Anyway, this is 24 blocks away from my platforms here. And so right now it's full of pigmen, and nothing's gonna spawn with the mob cap full, so I just punch one with a snowball, and they all try and come and eat my face off. And so I just wait for them to all fall in the void. I didn't bother with trying to make any kind of killing thing for them because they're going to give me gold and a bunch of crappy swords, and I don't really need that. So now that my spawning platforms are clear, besides these lava cats, I don't know what they're for. They're kind of cute. Maybe I'll catch one someday. I wonder if you catch them with just regular fish like you would a normal cat, and I could have a little lava cat buddy following me around. But anyway, there's passive mobs, so they don't really skew the hostile mob count. But yeah, I kill all those off, and then I come back here to my little 24 block away platform, and it doesn't look like we're gonna get any gas this time. And it's kind of like I said, it's a slow process. Oh, hey, wow, look at that, we got a ghast. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is try and not let this guy see me, because otherwise he'll try and blow me up, which is never fun. So I'm going to clear out this platform so that I don't hit a pigman, because that's the last thing I need is pigmen trying to, oh dear, I might die on camera. Yep, there we go. That was fantastic. Oh, this is why I love the Nether so very, very much. Yeah, I put these on my Nether portal too because, so a little bit of background. I did end up moving my base over into the grass plains because I was over in the desert, like way over there, and I put world edit on here and I moved my base over. But I didn't delete that one that was over there, and so when I would go through my Nether portal, I would end up in the Nether, the fortress where I was last time. And then when I left the Nether, I would spawn at my base over there. So I went into the files for this game save, and if you delete the region files in bin -1, then it'll reset your Nether. And so I went ahead and did that, so it would get rid of my portal that was already in there. And so my portal here still goes to the Nether fortress, but it's like 8 blocks farther down. My portal was a little bit farther that way. And as you can tell, I went through and I made this whole area right here non-spawnable blocks as well, because I didn't like getting out of exiting my Nether portal and immediately getting ganked by everything. So I created this little safe room for myself. And as you can see, there's still plenty of mobs spawning over there, so that when I decide to ever make a farm to get what are they called? The fiery demon thingies that blow you up. Those things. I can't think of their name right now. When I decide to make a farm for them, I will have that available to me. Just, I won't have to worry about everything killing me until then. And thankfully, since these chunks weren't loaded, that evil little baby pigman is gone, so I can get my stuff in peace. And let's put our armor back on. What good it's doing us. My crappy iron armor that I haven't upgraded yet. And come back to my little platform here. And it's pretty full of pigmen, so I'm probably going to just go in and clean out the floors and then kind of give you a tour and show you what's going on in here. Just so that if you decide to build this, honestly, I hope the dev puts in another method to get ghast tears other than coming out here and murdering a bunch of ghast, because this is a process and it's kind of, well, it's not the most convenient one. So anyway, I have all these trapdoors here so that if I need to enter the spawning floors, I can do so. So I don't actually remember how big this is, but as you can tell, it's a pretty decent size. The main important thing you need to remember is ghasts need 4 blocks to spawn, 4 height by 5 by 5, and so you want a decent sized platform. I think this width, it's like 14 or 24. It's like 24 blocks. And so yeah, just get a decent sized platform. I've got a half slab just on the top half, and then this is on the top half so that they are spawnable. And I put down torches so that I didn't have any endermen spawning as well. And yeah, I just did the same up here. Just go through and I made 2 platforms just for efficiency, quotey fingers sake. Yeah, check these guys out. Aren't they neat? I have no idea. I've never seen a lava cat before, and I've played a decent amount of mod packs, but aren't they cute? So we're gonna try and see if we can get the remaining ghast chunks that we need, so that, I mean, honestly, I could just, I have enough tiers to do what I came here to do, what I initially needed the ghast tiers for. But now that I'm here, I might as well just, you know, get the whole kit and caboodle and not have to do this ever again. So let's get rid of all of our pigmen so that I can get my ghast up there. I'm so thankful that he can't see me through these bars. Otherwise, he'd be trying to blast my face off right now. So hallelujah for bars being opaque, I guess, to mobs. Okay, so I come up here. And these ghasts only take 2 hits with the Solium dagger, so I don't even bother like trying to damage him with the diamond axe and then killing him with the dagger, because he's only going to take 2 hits, and I don't have a whole lot of time because he's gonna start shooting at me. So that was, yeah, and he'll break these torches. I put the torches down, I think I said, so Endermen don't spawn. Yeah, and he'll probably break them. Anytime he'll break one anytime he hits it. Just try not to let him hit your trapdoors. The ghast won't break your trapdoors super easily, but I recommend just having a couple on hand in case he does. So I'm gonna go on ahead and work on this a little bit more, see if I can get myself more ghast tears, and I'll probably die a bunch of times because that's life in the Nether for me. Despite putting everything on non-spawnable blocks and all that happy jazz, I just I suck at the Nether. Well, mostly at any of the combat in Minecraft. Combat is not really my thing. And so I definitely drive the struggle bus here. But yeah, I'll cut to when I have all my lovely ghast chunks, and I'll probably make a time lapse or montage or whatever, put some fun perky music to it. And I will see you guys in a bit. as you can see, that took a fair bit of time, but that lucky, I suppose, double spawn there at the end is what we needed to get the last of our 4 gas chunks. So I will probably abandon this place and never, ever, ever come back again, just because the Nether. And you saw how many times I died. It's not the best place. Couple things I discovered. You can get slime chunks from magma slimes, so that's pretty neat. I don't have to go through and make myself a slime farm, a traditional slime farm going down to Y40 in the overworld, so that'll be nice. No water pillaring for me. And also, if you punch one of the lava cats, they will all gang up on you and burn your face off. So be careful if you try and do this. Don't punch one of those lava cats. So I'm going to get these seeds crafted up and get working on the blood magic, which is what I needed these ghast tears for. So I will see you when I get that done. So this is what I needed my ghast tear for. I need to put it in this altar, and I'm trying to get, well, that didn't take too long. I need to get these elemental inscription tools. So I need air, and this one's probably water, so that I can get my well of suffering all set up, and I won't have to sit here and hit these mobs anymore. They'll just automatically get killed in my well of suffering, and that will be that, and it'll be super convenient. I'm going ahead and make 2 of these dusk, since I'm going to need them in the crafting process later on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you really quick. I'm going to kind of get a water stream and go underneath this pyramid here and set up my well of suffering. And to do that, I'm going to need to make one of these ritual diviners. And so this is the basic ritual diviner here, and it takes all 4 of those elemental inscription tools that I just made, and obviously the 4 diamonds. So that's for basic rituals, but the Well of Suffering is kind of a little more advanced, so we're going to need this ritual diviner dusk, and that's why I made the 2 dusk elemental inscription tools, and it also take these 2 demonic slates and the first ritual diviner, and that'll give me the ritual diviner dusk. And so what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to make a master ritual stone, and I'm going to place it on the ground and make up all of the ritual stones that I'm going to need to have for the well of suffering. And in this case it's 40. I need 40 stones, 40 of these ritual stones to make that well of suffering. So if I have those in my inventory, I just right click with my ritual diviner on this master ritual stone, and it will create the structure for me. I won't need to make sure I get X amount of water, air, fire. I will just be able to right click on this stone and it will build the whole ritual for me. And then after I do that, I need one of these activation crystals. I'll right click on the master ritual stone and that'll get it started. So I'm going to go on ahead and get that going, get that all set up, and I'll be back. I wanted this ritual, the Well of Sacrifice, to be directly under my blood altar, so I put down a piece of wood here, and then I put another block on top of it, and then I put my master ritual stone on top of that, so that it had the proper height and everything for it. And then with all of my ritual stones in hand, I just right clicked on this center block. Oh, important, I suppose, first, you have to make sure that the correct ritual is selected on your ritual diviner. So you shift and right click, and a little tooltip will show up, or a little thing of words will show up at the bottom, and it'll tell you what ritual it's trying to do. So just keep right clicking, shift right clicking until you get to the Well of Sacrifice, and then when you mouse over this, it'll highlight all of these, and then if you have the correct number in your hand, 40, if you have 40, sorry, not 44, if you have 40 of these ritual stones in your inventory, you can just right click with this ritual diviner on this master ritual stone, and it'll build this structure for you. And then, so this is going to be my spawning platform for my hostile mobs that are going to be filling up my blood altar, since I'm going to go up there and I'm going to actually be taking down that mob spawner up there. And when I went to the Nether to get that first drop of evil for that mob spawner up there, I did get a second one. So I'm going to do this on camera, and I'm probably going to die a bunch of times, but I'm going to go on ahead and break all of these torches, and let's just hope I don't get ganked before I manage to get out of here, because that is very likely to happen. But I have to go through and break all of these torches because the soil only works if it's dark, and so that's a little terrifying that I have to be in here in the dark, hoping nothing spawns before I can get out of here. I don't think this is 24 blocks across, but just my luck it would be. Okay, so that's all of our torches. I'm gonna get this in my hand so that I have it at the ready. All right, let's put down our drop of evil. Watch that spread, but not for too long, and close that up. And hopefully there's things dying in there, because I can't really see in there. Let's poke ourselves a little window and hope. Oh, that was a bad idea. Bad idea. So there were skeletons in there, and they tried to start shooting at me, but I managed to get out of the way. But the ritual is working, and it takes 1 life point per mob, per life point it takes from your mobs. So I've got 17,000 life points, and it is slowly going down as it kills these mobs and puts it in this altar. But the altar is full now, so I just have to be aware of that and keep my blood orb filled so that I'm not losing all of that life points. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you can see over here on the mini map over there, how many hostile mobs are under there. There's a ton. Just a ton of mobs. Okay, so this is going to make getting these demonic slates so much easier. I got 30 of them, and it was pretty torturous. It takes a lot of blood, a lot of life points, and it took some doing, and I am so glad that now I'll have basically a limitless supply of blood in this altar, and I can just crank those out, hopefully. And I'm also hoping that if I do, for whatever reason, run out completely out of life points, that the ritual will stop and not that it'll start killing me, because I don't know if I have fast enough reaction time to course correct before I just get murdered entirely. So that'll be something to see and to keep my eyes on, to see if it does that. I'm actually going to just charge that up. I mean, I might as well let that charge up some blood while it's killing all of these baddies here. One quick little thing before I wrap up the episode. I noticed as the Well of Suffering was starting to harm mobs, that I started ending up with a bunch of Endermen that were just teleporting around my base. And I didn't want to end up with a base just littered with Endermen and having to be super careful of where I look. So what I ended up doing was crafting this right here. I don't know if you can see it because there's Endermen on top of it, but it's called an Ender tether, and it's pretty simple to craft. I got a bunch of this wither dust when I was trying to get my drops of evil, and so just put that on an ender pearl and obsidian, a redstone torch, and that will create an ender tether. And that, whenever Endermen teleport, it sucks them in and it'll make them teleport to that location. So that you don't end up with Endermen just running rampant on your base. They will have to teleport to here. Just a quick little tip that I figured out. And I think with that, I'm going to go on ahead and wrap up the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.